in the bustling heart of Berlin, Germany, where sleek corporate towers pierced the foggy skyline, Jamal Mwangi shouted a desperate warning that halted Elena Vogel in her tracks. His frantic plea about a tampered luxury SUV unraveled a web of corporate sabotage, betrayal, and hidden alliances, leading to shocking revelations that transformed Vogel Tech Innovations. The morning's chaos began in the underground garage, where Jamal Mwangi, son of Aisha Mwangi, the night cleaner, spotted danger others ignored. Elena Vogel, the visionary CEO, faced a threat that could end her empire. Klaus Becker, her trusted VP, dismissed the warning, but the stakes escalated when lead technician confirmed a deadly device. Mercenary 1 and Mercenary 2, shadowy figures with sinister motives, had infiltrated the company's fortress. Aisha Mwangi, long unseen in the corporate hierarchy, stood by her son, their bond fueling their resolve. As Elena Vogel rallied with Jamal Mwangi and Aisha Mwangi, they uncovered a plot tied to Petrodata, a rival aiming to silence Vogel Tech's AI ethics platform. The invisible eyes of the overlooked, Jamal Mwangi's sharp observation, and Aisha Mwangi's quiet knowledge, became the key to exposing the mighty. This tale of bravery against the odds questions who truly holds power in a world of greed. What would you do if a child's warning saved your life? Drop your thoughts below, hit like, and subscribe for more stories of unsung heroes. Jamal Mwangi's voice pierced the crisp Berlin morning like a siren, slicing to the hum of Vogel Tech Innovations' underground parking garage. Don't get in the car. His shout echoed off concrete pillars, freezing executives in tailored suits mid-stride, their briefcases dangling forgotten. Elena Vogel, hand poised on the door of her gleaming black Porsche Cayenne, snapped her head toward the sound. Her security detail, led by head of security, tensed, hands hovering near radios, scanning for threats. The garage, bathed in the dim glow of fluorescent lights, felt colder as the morning fog seeped to the open exit, blending with the distant Berlin skyline. Jamal Mwangi sprinted from the service elevator, his curly hair disheveled, green school backpack bouncing over one shoulder. He was the son of Aisha Mwangi, who had scrubbed Vogel Tech's offices spotless for 12 years, arriving after midnight and vanishing before dawn. Jamal Mwangi often joined her during school breaks, curling up in corners with a sketchbook, unnoticed by the corporate elite. His presence was a shadow in their world, his footsteps silent on polished floors where billion-euro deals were struck. Today, his urgency shattered that invisibility, his sneakers squeaking as he ran toward Elena Vogel, heart pounding with the weight of what he'd seen. "Halt in!" Bark head of security in German, lunging toward Jamal Mwangi with a scowl. His burly frame moved fast, but Jamal Mwangi dodged, nimble from years of navigating crowded Kreuzberg streets. He skidded to a stop mere feet from Elena Vogel, his brown eyes wide with urgency, locking onto hers. "Please, Frau Vogel, something's wrong with your car. I saw them last night." His voice trembled but held firm, a child's conviction cutting through the corporate hum. The executives whispered, their murmurs a mix of skepticism and curiosity, as head of security hovered, awaiting Elena Vogel's command. Elena Vogel, renowned for her sharp intellect and unyielding drive, furrowed her brow. She was en route to a critical board meeting with EU investors. Her schedule was precise as a Swiss watch. Irritation flickered across her face, interrupted by Aisha Mwangi's kid. Yet Jamal Mwangi's trembling voice, raw with fear, sparked a rare pause. "What do you mean, she asked, her tone steady but curious, her blue eyes narrowing. The garage felt like a stage, with executives as an audience, their whispers growing louder. Head of security shifted, impatient, but Elena Vogel's raised hand silenced him. Jamal Mwangi gulped, glancing at the murmuring executives. 2 guys in the garage after hours. They were under your car, messing with wires. I was waiting for Aisha Mwangi. I hide sometimes the draw." He fumbled in his pocket, pulling out a crumpled sketch, a rough pencil drawing of 2 shadowy figures, one with a distinctive eagle tattoo on his arm. The paper shook in his hands, but his gaze held steady, pleading for belief. The executive's whispers turned to murmurs of doubt, some shaking their heads. But Elena Vogel studied the sketch, her mind already tracing possibilities. Elena Vogel's mind raced. Vogeltech was weeks from launching an AI ethics platform, a bold move that had angered competitors like Petrodata, who thrived on unchecked data mining. Anonymous threats had trickled in, emails, encrypted messages, but nothing concrete. Could this be connected? "This is absurd," muttered Klaus Becker, adjusting his glasses with a scoff. Elena, we're late for the Brussels delegation. His tone dripped with disdain, his eyes flicking to Jamal Mwangi as if he were a nuisance. Elena Vogel's jaw tightened. She trusted Klaus Becker, but his dismissal felt too quick, too practiced. Jamal Mwangi stood firm, his small frame radiating defiance. They said something about ending the interference by Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, Frau Vogel. Please check it. His voice rose, cutting through Klaus Becker's skepticism. The executives shifted uncomfortably, some checking watches, others murmuring about schedules. Elena Vogel's intuition, honed over decades of spotting patterns, flickered. Jamal Mwangi's urgency wasn't childish panic. It was specific, detailed. She glanced at the Porsche, its sleek lines now ominous under the garage's harsh lights. Aisha Mwangi burst from the service door, mop in hand, her face etched with panic. "Jamal, what are you doing?" She grabbed his arm, bowing to Elena Vogel. "Entschuldigung, Frau Vogel." He's imaginative, too much time alone here. Her voice quivered, torn between fear for her son and deference to the CEO. Aisha Mwangi's cleaning uniform was faded, her silver necklace glinting faintly as she tried to pull Jamal Mwangi back. The executive's murmurs grew, some smirking at the scene, a cleaner's kid causing chaos. But Jamal Mwangi shook his head, refusing to retreat. Elena Vogel waved off Aisha Mwangi's apology, her gaze fixed on the Porsche. Her empire was built on intuition, spotting what others missed. Now, Jamal Mwangi claimed to have seen a threat. "Security, inspect the vehicle." "Now." Klaus Becker groaned, but Elena Vogel silenced him with a look. Lead technician arrived, tools in hand, his face lined from long hours. Jamal Mwangi whispered more details. The men had used a hidden panel, mentioned a timer, and one had a scarred knuckle like a boxer. Head of security nodded, directing his team to scan the car. 20 minutes later, lead technician emerged, face ashen. "Frau Vogel, there's a device wired to the starter. A remote detonator, set for activation around now. Military grade, could have leveled the garage." The words hung heavy, silencing the executive's murmurs. Klaus Becker's face paled, his glasses slipping slightly. Elena Vogel's heart skipped. This was no prank. Jamal Mwangi's warning had been precise, life-saving. Head of security radioed for a bomb squad, his scar twitching as he barked orders. Gasps rippled through the executives. Klaus Becker stammered, avoiding Elena Vogel's gaze. Elena Vogel knelt to Jamal Mwangi's level. "You just saved my life, young man." Jamal Mwangi's voice steadied, pride edging in. Aisha Mwangi clutched him, tears welling, her mop forgotten on the floor. Elena Vogel saw not just Jamal Mwangi, but a guardian angel born from her company's shadows. The garage, once a place of routine, now pulsed with the weight of near tragedy averted by an unlikely hero. Elena Vogel stood, her resolve hardening. This wasn't just an attack on her. It was an assault on Vogeltech's mission. Petrodata's shadow loomed large, their data-hungry empire threatened by her AI platform. Jamal Mwangi's sketch burned in her mind. The eagle tattoo, the scarred knuckle. She ordered head of security to lock down the garage and review footage. Klaus Becker shifted uncomfortably, muttering about the delayed meeting. Aisha Mwangi whispered to Jamal Mwangi, urging caution, but he shook his head, determined to see this through. The morning fog thickened outside, mirroring the uncertainty within. Elena Vogel's office on the 45th floor overlooked the Brandenburg Gate, its silhouette a symbol of unity she often invoked in speeches. Today, unity felt fractured, with the bomb squad cordoning off the garage. Elena Vogel paced, her heels clicking on polished wood. Jamal Mwangi and Aisha Mwangi sat awkwardly on leather chairs meant for billionaires, their presence a stark contrast to the opulent room. The city skyline shimmered through fog, but the tension inside was palpable. Elena Vogel's mind churned, replaying Jamal Mwangi's warning, and the device lead technician found. "Tell me everything," Elena Vogel urged Jamal Mwangi, her assistant brewing coffee. Real coffee, not the vending slop Aisha Mwangi knew too well. Aisha Mwangi clutched her necklace, her fingers tracing the cross pendant, a gift from her late mother. Jamal Mwangi sat up, his backpack at his feet, eyes bright with purpose. The office, with sleek glass desks and awards lining the walls, felt like another world to them, yet Elena Vogel's focus made them feel seen. Jamal Mwangi recounted. Last night, while Aisha Mwangi mopped the labs, he'd wandered the garage, sketching cars in his notebook. Hidden behind pillars, he'd seen Mercenary 1 and Mercenary 2 tampering with Elena Vogel's Porsche. They'd accessed a service hatch, installing something with tools from a black duffel. They laughed about the eco-warrior CEO learning her lesson. Jamal Mwangi said, mimicking their Eastern European accents. He described Mercenary 1's eagle tattoo and Mercenary 2's sleek demeanor, details etched in his memory from hours of sketching in shadows. Aisha Mwangi fidgeted, her hands twisting the hem of her uniform. Jamal shouldn't have been down there. Childcare is expensive, but he's observant. Too much, sometimes. Her voice was soft, laced with guilt for bringing him to work. Elena Vogel leaned forward, her eyes softening. Aisha Mwangi's dedication had gone unnoticed for years, her late-night shifts keeping Vogel Tech pristine. Jamal Mwangi's presence, though unorthodox, had uncovered a plot no one else saw. The office's silence amplified their words. The city's hum a distant backdrop. Elena Vogel nodded, piecing it together. Vogel Tech's AI platform, designed to flag unethical data practices, threatened Petrodata's plans for Berlin expansion. She rejected their partnership weeks ago, citing privacy violations. "This isn't random," Elena Vogel murmured, her mind tracing connections to anonymous threats. Petrodata's influence was vast, their data mining empire at odds with Vogel Tech's ethics. The device in her car wasn't just sabotage. It was a message. Aisha Mwangi watched, her expression a mix of fear and resolve, knowing their lives were now entangled in this fight. Klaus Becker burst in, flustered, his ties slightly askew. "Elena, the investors are furious about the delay. The police want statements. Are we really entertaining this story from Aisha Mwangi's kid?" His voice dripped with condescension, his eyes flicking to Jamal Mwangi. Elena Vogel's gaze hardened. Klaus Becker's urgency fell off, his dismissal too eager. She'd trusted him for years, but cracks in his loyalty were showing. Aisha Mwangi shrank slightly, but Jamal Mwangi sat taller, undeterred by the VP's scorn. Jamal Mwangi's eyes flashed. "It's not a story. Check the cameras. I know where their blind spots are." Aisha Mwangi hushed him, her hand on his shoulder, but Elena Vogel leaned forward. "Show me." Her tone was firm, trusting Jamal Mwangi's instinct over Klaus Becker's protests. The boy's knowledge of the building, gained from years trailing Aisha Mwangi, was an asset no one expected. Klaus Becker's face twitched, his glasses fogging slightly as he tried to interject. But Elena Vogel's focus was on Jamal Mwangi. For the next hour, Jamal Mwangi led Elena Vogel through the building's underbelly, service tunnels, forgotten vents he'd mapped in boredom. "Aisha Mwangi cleans everywhere. I follow quietly," he said, pointing to a camera blind spot. In the security room, he showed gaps in the footage, a 10-minute loop where Mercenary 1 and Mercenary 2 had slipped in, likely with insider help. Elena Vogel watched, impressed, as Jamal Mwangi navigated the system with ease, his sketches and memory filling in what technology missed. Aisha Mwangi followed, her pride battling her fear. Elena Vogel's respect grew. Jamal Mwangi, dismissed as irrelevant, knew her fortress better than her team. Aisha Mwangi, you've raised a detective. Aisha Mwangi blushed, her fingers tightening on her necklace. He's smart, but school says he daydreams too much. Elena Vogel smiled faintly, seeing potential where others saw a nuisance. The security room's monitors flickered, showing empty halls, but Jamal Mwangi's insights painted a vivid picture of betrayal lurking within Vogel Tech. As police confirmed the device's black market origins, Elena Vogel made a call. We're not just surviving this, we're fighting back. Jamal Mwangi, Aisha Mwangi, join me. You see what we don't. Her voice was steel, her decision final. Aisha Mwangi hesitated, her life as a cleaner far removed from corporate battles. But Jamal Mwangi nodded eagerly, his comics-inspired courage shining. Klaus Becker lingered, his protest muted, his eyes darting nervously. Klaus Becker protested, "This is reckless, Elena," but Elena Vogel cut him off. "Or perhaps you know more than you're saying, Klaus?" His stuttered denial hung heavy, his glasses slipping further. The alliance formed, Elena Vogel, Aisha Mwangi, and Jamal Mwangi against an unseen enemy. The office, once a sanctuary of power, now felt like a battlefield. The Brandenburg Gate silhouette a reminder of the stakes. Jamal Mwangi's sketchbook lay open, the eagle tattoo a clue to unraveling the plot. Deep into the afternoon, Elena Vogel's team combed digital trails, their screens glowing in a high-tech lab. Jamal Mwangi sketched suspect profiles, his pencil capturing the first mercenary's eagle tattoo and the second mercenary's sleek suit. Aisha Mwangi, hesitant at first, shared whispers she'd overheard. Late-night meetings in executive suites, tense calls about delays in the Petro deal. Her years of cleaning had made her invisible, but her ears caught fragments of betrayal. Elena Vogel listened, her mind mapping connections, the labs on a backdrop to their growing resolve. Petro data, Elena Vogel confirmed, her voice low. They want our AI silence to mine user data unchecked. But bombing? That's desperation. Petro Data's empire thrived on exploiting privacy, and Vogel Tech's platform threatened their profits. Rejecting their partnership had made Elena Vogel a target, but she hadn't expected such extremes. Jamal Mwangi nodded, his sketches adding weight to her suspicions. Aisha Mwangi's insights, gleaned from cleaning executive offices, hinted at internal leaks, possibly tied to Klaus Becker. Jamal Mwangi, poring over building blueprints, jabbed a finger. The server room on floor 20 is unmonitored after 10 p.m. emails, logs, everything's there. Aisha Mwangi nodded. I clean it weekly. No one notices the dust bunnies or loose panels. Her knowledge of the building's neglected corners was invaluable, a map only she and Jamal Mwangi knew. Elena Vogel's eyes lit up. The server room could hold a key to exposing the plot. The trio planned their next move, the lab's sterile glow contrasting their urgency. Sneaking in via back stairs, Jamal Mwangi disabling a sensor with a trick from online videos. They reached the server room. Jamal Mwangi, tech-savvy from free coding apps, navigated files with ease. Look, emails from Klaus Becker to a Petro exec. Vogel's out by Wednesday, approved the merger post-incident. The screen glowed with betrayal. Klaus Becker's words a dagger to Elena Vogel's trust. Aisha Mwangi gasped, her hand on Jamal Mwangi's shoulder, as the scope of conspiracy unfolded. Elena Vogel's blood boiled. Klaus Becker, her trusted VP, had sold her out for a payout. Attachments detailed the plot. Hires 2 mercenaries, stage an accident. Seize control. It tied to a Berlin land grab. Petrodata's new HQ would evict Kreuzberg's immigrant communities, including Aisha Mwangi's neighbors. The stakes were personal now, not just corporate. Elena Vogel clenched her fists, her vision narrowing. Jamal Mwangi and Aisha Mwangi exchanged glances, their lives intertwined with this fight. They mentioned the kid won't matter. Jamal Mwangi read aloud, voice shaking. Aisha Mwangi pulled him close, her necklace glinting in the server room's dim light. We're in too deep now. Her words were a whisper, but her resolve matched Elena Vogel's. The conspiracy wasn't just about Elena Vogel. It threatened their community, their home. Jamal Mwangi's comics-inspired bravery wavered, but Aisha Mwangi's embrace steadied him. Their bond a shield against fear. Elena Vogel. Fury turned to resolve. Copied the evidence. Tomorrow's shareholder summit. Perfect stage to expose Klaus Becker. Jamal Mwangi grinned, his fear fading. Like a trap in my comics. He won't see it coming. His enthusiasm was infectious, lightening the room's tension. Aisha Mwangi nodded, her trust in Elena Vogel growing. The server room, with its humming machines, felt like the heart of their counterstrike, each file a weapon against Petrodata's scheme. As night fell, police arrested 2 mercenaries based on Jamal Mwangi's descriptions. Klaus Becker roamed free, unaware as confidence a ticking clock. In her penthouse suite, Elena Vogel hosted Aisha Mwangi and Jamal Mwangi for dinner. Kenyon Ugly ordered special. You've given me eyes in the dark, Elena Vogel told them, her voice warm. Aisha Mwangi smiled faintly. We've always been there, just unseen. The city sparkled below, a reminder of what they fought for. The Berlin Congress Center buzzed with Europe's tech elite. Vogel Tech's annual summit, a glittering affair. Klaus Becker, suave in his speech, touted unprecedented growth amid minor security hiccups. Investors nodded, unaware of the storm brewing. The hall's massive screens glowed, reflecting Klaus Becker's polished confidence, but shadows lingered in his words, unnoticed by the crowd. The stakes were high. Vogel Tech's future hung in the balance, and Klaus Becker's betrayal was about to surface. Elena Vogel watched from the wings, Jamal Mwangi at her side with a laptop. Aisha Mwangi nearby in a new outfit Elena Vogel insisted on, a tailored blazer replacing her cleaning uniform. Ready? Elena Vogel whispered. Jamal Mwangi nodded, his fingers poised over the keyboard, his comics-inspired courage now a weapon. Aisha Mwangi's necklace glinted, her nerves tempered by pride in her son. The summit's energy pulsed, but the trio's focus was razor-sharp, their plan set to unravel Klaus Becker's scheme. As Klaus Becker announced, with Elena's full support, we're partnering with Petrodata for global expansion. Jamal Mwangi hacked the projector. Evidence flooded the screens. Emails, wire transfers, schematics. Klaus Becker's voice boomed from recordings. Once Vogel's gone, the AI ethics crap ends. The hall froze, investors gasping as the truth unfolded. Jamal Mwangi's fingers trembled but held steady, his tech skills exposing Klaus Becker's betrayal to hundreds of onlookers. Pandemonium erupted. Investors whispered furiously. Journalists snapped photos, their flashes blinding. Klaus Becker stammered. This is fabricated. A hack. His glasses slipped, his composure crumbling under the weight of exposure. The screens glowed with damning evidence, each email a nail in his coffin. The crowd's murmurs grew to a roar, the summit transforming into a courtroom where Klaus Becker stood trial before his peers. Elena Vogel strode on stage, her presence commanding silence. No, Klaus. It's truth from sources you ignored. She beckoned Jamal Mwangi forward. Jamal Mwangi, son of our dedicated cleaner Aisha Mwangi, saved us all. He saw what you hid. The crowd leaned forward, captivated by the unlikely hero. Aisha Mwangi stood taller, her new blazer a symbol of her rising role, her eyes locked on her son with unwavering pride. Klaus Becker sneered. A street kid? Preposterous. His voice dripped with disdain, but Jamal Mwangi, voice clear, retorted, You thought no one watches the watchers, but we do, the invisible ones. The crowd murmured, some nodding, others stunned by the boy's boldness. Elena Vogel's eyes gleamed. Jamal Mwangi's words echoed her own belief in unseen strength. Aisha Mwangi's hand tightened on her necklace, her faith in her son unshakable. Police stormed in, cuffing Klaus Becker amid flashes. He yelled, "I deserve the lead. You eco-fanatic ruined everything." As he was dragged away, Elena Vogel addressed the crowd. "Today, we honor the overlooked. Aisha Mwangi, promoted to operations manager. Jamal Mwangi, our youngest security advisor, with a scholarship fund." The hall erupted in applause, the weight of justice settling over the summit. Aisha Mwangi and Jamal Mwangi stood together, their roles transformed. Applause thundered. Aisha Mwangi wept, tears of relief and pride, while Jamal Mwangi beamed, his comics-inspired courage now a reality. The petro-data deal crumbled, saving Kreuzberg's homes from eviction. Elena Vogel's vision for ethical AI stood stronger, bolstered by the truth. The summit, meant to showcase growth, became a stage for justice, with Jamal Mwangi and Aisha Mwangi as its unexpected heroes. 6 months later, Vogel Tech thrived under a visibility initiative, training programs valuing all staff, from cleaners to coders. Jamal Mwangi, now a teenager, led workshops on observation skills, his story inspiring talks across Berlin. Aisha Mwangi oversaw a team, her insights from years of cleaning streamlining operations, saving millions. The company's culture shifted, embracing those once overlooked. Jamal Mwangi's sketches adorned the office, a reminder of his pivotal role. Aisha Mwangi's new role as operations manager gave her a voice, her necklace still a quiet symbol of her roots. Elena Vogel, transformed by the ordeal, funded community centers in Kreuzberg's immigrant districts. Schools, tech labs, and cultural hubs bloomed, empowering families like Aisha Mwangi's. Klaus Becker rotted in prison, serving a 20-year sentence for conspiracy and attempted murder, his assets seized. News of his downfall spread, a cautionary tale for corporate greed. Elena Vogel visited Kreuzberg often, her presence no longer distant, her commitment to change tangible. Jamal Mwangi's workshops drew crowds, his story a beacon for youth. Watching Jamal Mwangi teach executives, Elena Vogel reflected, "You taught me power isn't in boardrooms, it's in every voice." Jamal Mwangi replied, "And you listen when no one else would." Their exchange in a bright training room marked a shift in Vogel Tech's ethos. Executives took notes, inspired by Jamal Mwangi's clarity. Aisha Mwangi watched from back, her blazer crisp, her pride in her son, and their journey overwhelming. The company's future felt brighter, built on inclusion. Their bond was unbreakable. Aisha Mwangi's family moved to a better flat. Courtesy of bonuses from Vogel Tech, Kreuzberg flourished, its homes intact, its community vibrant. Elena Vogel, Jamal Mwangi, and Aisha Mwangi stood together, their line a testament to courage. The city's skyline, once a backdrop to danger, now symbolized hope, with Vogel Tech leading as an ethical force in tech, driven by those once unseen. 1 year on, Jamal Mwangi's foundation mentored disadvantaged youth in tech, offering coding classes and scholarships. Elena Vogel keynote globally, "Invisibility is a superpower when recognized." Her speeches, delivered in cities from Tokyo to New York, spread Vogel Tech's ethos. Klaus Becker, from his cell, read headlines bitterly, defeated by those he scorned. Jamal Mwangi's foundation events drew crowds, his story inspiring a generation. Aisha Mwangi supported the initiative, her operations role funding community projects. Aisha Mwangi tucked Jamal Mwangi in one night, her new flat warm with family photos. "Regret the shadows?" she asked. Jamal Mwangi shook his head. They led to the light. His words, simple yet profound, echoed their journey from invisibility to impact. Aisha Mwangi's necklace glinted, a constant in their transformed lives. The city outside hummed, Kreuzberg streets alive with hope, a testament to their courage. Their story became a beacon. Courage echoes, changing empires. True leadership lifts the unseen. Elena Vogel, Aisha Mwangi, and Jamal Mwangi stood together overlooking Berlin's skyline, the Brandenburg Gate glowing in the distance. Vogel Tech's legacy, built on their alliance, reshaped Tech's future, proving that power lies not in titles, but in those who dare to see and be seen.